It had been nearly 40 years since the Pima Rough Riders boys basketball team were last state champions in 1984. And on Saturday, February 25th, 2023, the team faced a tough group from Highland Prep, with its dynamic duo peaking at the right time and determined to bring the gold ball back to their school. Pima's identity is to pound the ball into its low post players and open up jump shots for the perimeter players, and early on it was Seth Russell and Pierce Ashby getting the dirty work done in the paint. Defense was key to the Rough Riders' game plan, and at the heart was Pierce Ashby. Watch here as he switches to deter sharpshooter Cohen Hill from putting up an attempt. Then he switches as another help defender, switches back, then recovers back to his original man in time for the block that leads to a fast break as Coy Miller finds a sprinting Grant Ashby, and Highland Prep needs an early timeout, down 6-2.
30-second timeout.
Highland came back with an isolation play for Presley eBay at the top of the key for three, even with Grant playing good defense. And Grant answered him right back by coming right back down the floor to score. And later on, Pierce's rebound putback is no good for being just after the buzzer, and Pima had to settle with an 8-5 lead after the first period of play.
No basket. No basket.
Kainoa's Hawaiian Grill is the spot in Thatcher to enjoy healthy Hawaiian food with a friendly atmosphere and great service. Order in person or by the phone or online to see the tasty treat everyone is talking about. That's Kainoa's Hawaiian Grill. Mr. Mid-Range jump shot Garrett Curtis himself got his mojo going in the second period, and then it was more defense as Brandon Nevers thinks he's got an open layup, but Pierce says, "Never in my house, buddy," and swats it away for his second block of the game. Pima continued to exploit its size advantage as backup center Nathan Skiba put in just over 3 minutes of intense gameplay and got a rebound and putback when Pima was only up 2. Immediately following his score, he found a man to box out on defense and got the offensive foul on Nevers to turn the ball back over to Pima. That's called hustle and making the most of your playing time. But the Honey Badgers went right back to eBay, who hangs in the air to get the bucket and the foul. Then it was Hill showing he was more than just a jump shooter by moving well and getting the runner to fall. Pima answered back with its inside-outside game, and Garrett Curtis hit a clutch three-pointer to stretch the lead. Highland Prep had trouble answering as Pierce was there to deny again for his third block of the game. The Honey Badgers kept fighting, however, and Aiden Collini is Johnny on the spot on the air ball as he gets it to go for Highland Prep. Just before the half, Hill tried to cut into the lead even more, but Pierce is there for his fourth block of the night. He blocked the ball off Hill to turn the ball over to the Riders, and Pima headed into the break up 17-14. With amenities designed to keep patients comfortable and relaxed, Copper Hills Dental is your choice for anxiety-free dentistry. Visit our website and Facebook page or simply call 428-2750 to schedule your appointment today. That's Copper Hills Dental. Pima came out gunning for the paint in the third, and Garrett made it so. However, Hill came back with a deep bomb for three, and then tied it up at 19 a couple of possessions later with this jumper. With the game tied, defense turned to offense for Pima as Pierce picked up his fifth block of the game, and Garrett quickly got the ball out to Grant, who took 2 dribbles and laid it in home to give Pima the lead with 4 minutes left in the third. After Seth gathered another score down low, Grant got the ball in a wild scramble and nailed a three-pointer to give Pima its biggest lead, 26-19, with 2:28 left in the third, and the Honey Badgers need to talk it out. Coming out of the timeout, Hill drove the lane, but Pierce was there for the help defense and swatted him for the 6th block of the night. Undaunted, Hill came back a couple possessions later, and after gathering the rebound, gets the ball back and drills the 3. But Pima kept banging down low, and eventually Garrett gets the jumper to fall, and on defense, Grant took a charge for eBay's 4th personal foul, and the Rough Riders were 1 period away from glory, up 28-22. If you're seeking a positive change in your life, freeing you from past negative traumas, visit clinical hypnotherapist Rebecca Clough at Beyond Therapy in Safford. Beyond Therapy is proud to sponsor local youth athletics. It was more defense in the fourth as Garrett gets the steal and takes it to the hoop for the score. Then Coy Miller comes up with the block, and he'll bring it down court and drop it off to Seth with the dish for an easy bucket, and Highland needs another timeout. Things didn't go up as drawn, I suppose, because for the third time in the game, a Pierce block led to a Grant score as Pierce rejects McKnight's shots for his 7th block. Seth gathers the loose ball and gets it to Grant, and you don't have to tell Grant what to do with it, and before Highland Prep knew what was going on, he had already scored on a nice crossover, and Pima was up 13 with 4 minutes left to play. But there was no giving up from the Honey Badgers, as Hill hangs in the air to nail his jump shot even through good defense by Miller. Then Hill steals the ball, and they work it down to eBay, who absorbs the contact and finishes for an and one to drop the lead back into single digits. But Pierce decides to put an exclamation on the night and throws one down with authority as Pima goes on to win their first basketball championship since 1984, 47-37 over Highland Prep. Whether you need regular pest control or have bigger problems, including termites or bedbugs, Rattlesnake Exterminating is your one call to handle them all. Killer bees threatening your family? Then give Rattlesnake Exterminating a call at 485-8904.
It's so cool to, like you said, to come out and win both of them, to go out on a big bang. I mean, we've been preparing for this. We've played together for almost 10 years now. To be able to do that, play for 10 years together, and it just came down for this moment right here to go get that gold ball and bring it home.
Congratulations, Seth. It looked like it was a pretty tough physical game out there.
Oh, yeah.
Was it rough out there? Badly?
Yeah, that was, every time I went up, I was getting hacked, and that was hard, and wasn't getting nothing, but had to keep going through. Had 32 minutes to play, so.
Here, he's open.
Yeah!
Feeling pretty good, just happy, excited. Yeah, we just focused on defense and just trying to hold them down. And that's what we made of it. Our offense did our thing, so.
What's it like winning the state championship with your brother?
Feels pretty good. Our brother won 2 championships this year, so it's awesome.
Anything else you guys want to say?
I love this team, man. Love this family that we have. So.
We just grind. We're a grinding team. We defend. And we defend some more, and then when things get rough, we just decide to play some more defense. And so, they had 22 points after 3 quarters, and that team averages probably 70, 80 points a game. And they scored 37. I think the most we gave up in the tournament was like 43. I'd have to look to make sure, but they just made a determination. We're going to play defense, and we're going to get after it. So, I mean, it was 37 points, but it felt more like about 30, so when the game was still in doubt.
Roadrunner Rehab has been helping Gila Valley residents and athletes achieve their peak performance for over 30 years. They are now offering occupational therapy and adult speech therapy to assist in all your rehabilitation needs. Whether they're getting you back to work or back on the field, they're here to help you.
We've been close for a while now. And I just want to shout out to all of the teams that came before us. This team was able to stand on their shoulders. About 8 or 9 years ago, we had a team that really bought into what we were doing and really took this defensive philosophy that we talk about and got after it and did what we asked them to do. And that turned around our program, and we've been successful for, like I said, we've been to the Final Four or higher 8 of the last 9 years. And that's because of the kids and the time and work that they put in and what those teams before, because now our guys come in with the expectation. They know what's required of them to get after it and play for us. So I want all of them to know that they have a part in this championship.
Well, man, I tell you what, Pima did a really good job of forcing us to play their game. We actually got them to shoot the ball where I wanted them to. We just, over time, we couldn't get the rebounds, man. They dominated on the rebounds. They'd get 2, 3 offensive rebounds, and they'd get a little closer each time till they get a layup. But hats off to them. That's a good group that's been through a lot together for Pima, and I'm hoping that we learn something from that group and our guys hit the weight room and show we got a lot of our juniors coming back, and if they hit the weight room, they can be just like them next year.
Reporting from Phoenix for the Gila Herald, I'm John Johnson.